All right, so I'm doing a reading for Tara Clowney, and so this is the information that I found out from channeling and meditating and getting the information that I have for her. So, Tara Clowney, are you aware of how I conduct sessions, of how I connect with spirit?
I feel you do it through meditation.
Yes. So through meditation and then just channeling. And sometimes, uh, uh, I can connect with spirit. I can connect with your loved one. Sometimes they may choose not to come to me, for whatever reason. So I felt like I made a connection with your grandmother, um, Miss Betty Ann Faulkner. So when I channeled her, and so she said that she used to take a pacifier from you, and then you would get mad and pout, and then go tell your grandpa. So is that something that you remember or no?
I actually don't remember doing that. Um, but the fact that I would go tell my grandfather, and you were mentioned something about sewing and knitting.
Yes.
It sounds like my great grandmother, which is Betty Ann Faulkner's mother.
Oh, okay.
And I actually helped take care. I've been blessed to help take care of Betty Ann Faulkner, her mother, the one I think you're speaking of,
Okay.
and my dad's mom. I helped take care of all of them before they died.
Wow.
And yeah, like, I mean, putting the work in, bathing, feeding, all of that.
Yeah, because she
So,
she told me that she used to either knit or sew, but she had like a sewing machine, and she loved that sewing machine so much.
yeah, my
Yeah.
great grandmother.
Oh,
Her
okay.
name is Nancy Lorraine
Nancy. Okay.
Clowney. Uh huh.
Nancy Clowney.
She sure did. She had a sewing machine. She had two of them. She had one that was old timey that she would do certain things on, and then she had a regular sewing machine. But that old school sewing machine, everybody knew not to touch that sewing machine. Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah.
that's so good to be able to make that connection and then reveal to you some information that she came back with. Um, so you said you did. Let me see. I think she was saying that you got sick once she passed away, and maybe it was from grief that she's no longer there. And she said that she used to sit by your bed, and she don't know if you could feel her presence by the bed or inside the room.
Uh,
I'm sorry if it's too much.
I went into depression
Okay.
when she died. I went into depression when she died. Yeah, I got sick real bad. My whole family knows. I mean, of course you wouldn't know
Right.
because your family don't just put your business out like that.
Yeah.
But when my grandmother passed away, I got sick because me and her was like this. That was my baby, and I was
Yeah.
her baby.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a mother that was gone.
Right.
Chris, I went on a drunk. I miss being real.
Yeah.
I was so depressed, and I really missed her so much. And I grieved for years.
Hmm.
I grieved over her for years. I talked about her for years like she was still living. And I had talked to a therapist, and she said, "You talk about her as if she's still alive. You haven't grieved yet." I said, "Oh, I've grieved." She said, "You've grieved, but you haven't let go."
Right.
And I have felt her presence by my bed. I
Okay.
felt her presence by my bed, on my couch. You know, I feel her presence all the time, actually. That is very true.
Wow.
It is very true. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. So, she also said that, um, explain to me about strawberries. She said something about strawberries. I don't know if she used to like strawberries or if she gave somebody a nickname and she called them Strawberry.
Well, she used to like for me to go pick strawberries with her.
Oh, wow.
But I would never go, and I'm gonna tell you why. I used to hate those little bugs that would get on you from the strawberry patch.
Wow.
And I've always loved strawberries, but I never wanted to go pick them.
Wow.
And she used to pick with me and say, "Well, if you're not going to pick none, you're not eating it." So, but yeah, wow. That's crazy, man.
That's pretty interesting. So one more thing that I got from her. The color pink, was that a color that she liked? Was it a color that maybe possibly, I think she was saying that was in her casket, maybe? Or
she had the color pink because my grandmother was a breast cancer survivor.
Oh, okay.
And it came back. Breast cancer came back. My grandmother had cancer like 4 different times. And but the last time she got it, it spread from her liver to her brain.
Oh, wow.
And it just, yeah. So that was it.
Yeah.
But her casket lining was pink.
Oh, that's what it was, because that's what she was saying. Yeah. She was saying something, like I said, I didn't know whether it was her favorite color or whether it was her casket. So it was the casket lining.
Yeah. Lining on the inside was pink. Wow. You're pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, when I connect with spirit, when I channel, whether it's through meditation or I could just be near water, sometimes the information will flow, and a lot of times I may not see the spirit that I'm trying to connect with. But a lot of times the information comes through pretty solid. So
yeah. Pretty dang on good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you made me cry that quick. I'm like, oh Lord.
So yeah. So, do you have any questions? Do you want me to? I don't know if you ever set up an altar for her, for your grandmother, or either her mother, but I think that you need to set up an altar for her. Put flowers on the altar. I think that she would love flowers as well.
She loved flowers. That's all she did was yeah. Everybody knew my grandma. That's all she did was plant flowers all the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so
she loved flowers.
So I'm picking up water as well, like put some water on the altar as well. Normally some people would do wine or alcohol. I don't know if she drink, you know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, so just water would be fine.
She was Christian.
Yeah. So water would be fine. If you have a picture of her, put a picture of her, on the altar, water. Get a white candle and light it. That would be like the doorway or the doorbell to opening up, access or communication with her. And just, just whenever you feel down, when you feel depressed, like you're really missing her and want to talk to her, just go and light the candle and talk to her. And look at her picture. Yeah. And she'll and I have a real strong indication that she'll come and visit you in dreams.
Yeah, she has.
Yes.
I used to dream of her a lot.
Yeah.
And it went away. And then the night before my surgery, which was 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks now, I had a dream of my grandmother.
Okay.
Now, this surgery had me so spooked because first they were like, "Oh, we need to get a biopsy. It could be cancer."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Oh God, there's that." And then so I was just praying and like, pretty much putting negative thoughts, out of my head and pretty much trying to pull in all the positive energy.
Right.
And it wasn't cancer. So, but they were telling me by, certain things, could cause me not to wake up after being put to sleep under anesthesia. Mm-hmm. And that scared me. So that night I was, I pray every night. I pray all the time, actually. So that night when I went to sleep, I dreamed of my grandmother.
Wow.
Oh, I have a godson that lives with me, who I thank God for. And my grandmother in my dream, she was like, it was her, my Aunt Candy, and my godson. And it was a little girl standing behind my grandmother. But she looked like she was older though. But my grandmother was like, "Don't worry, you gonna be all right." Mm-hmm. And I said, "I know, Grandma, I know." She said, "Me and Candy gonna take care of him while you gone." Wow. She said, "You're gonna be all right." And I said, "Okay." So that morning when I woke up, I was telling my husband, I had a dream of my grandma, and I was just telling him what she said, and mm-hmm. She said, "I'm be all right," because I was so excited, but it was raining and cold that morning on my surgery. Right. And he was like, "Your grandmother came to see you." He was like, "That was good." He said, "It's been a long time since she came to see you." And mm-hmm. I said, "That's true." So
thank you, froze.
It made all of.
Okay.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you froze for a couple seconds. It made me feel so
good. Yeah. Oh, okay. Am I back?
Yes, you're back. It's kind of blurry, but I just want to let you know I'm getting an indication that she's actually here, and she likes your hair. She told me to tell you she likes your hair. That's so sweet. I love you, Grandma. That's my baby. Yeah. That's my baby. That's my baby right there. And she was telling me, like, tell her now. I like her hair. I'm like, okay, let me let her finish what she was saying. She's like, tell her. So yeah. Yeah, I appreciate this so much. Mm-hmm. I know it's so weird because I tell people all the time I don't have a child on earth, but I do have one in heaven. Right. And I never knew how to communicate through spirit, or I never dreamed. I've always wanted to see like what some of me look like in a child, but I've never even seen like a dream of, right. I don't understand. But how do I channel that? Like, how do I? What can I do to maybe get that? Just what I would do is at night, right before you go to sleep, make sure, because I think what they call it is circadian rhythm. Everybody has a certain time. Everything is built around your body clock and around the universe clock, if that makes sense. So before you get too tired and drift off to sleep or fall asleep, you want to meditate just for a couple of minutes before you go to sleep. And as you're meditating, you want to think of, her. You want to think of, your baby. And as you go into rest, then that will allow you to be open. So if she chooses to come to you in the dream, that's how that happens. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have some tea, actually. What I have is called Lucid Dream Tea. And that works pretty good for me. Like when I go to bed at the correct time and allow my body not to be too tired, and then just kind of like meditate before I go to sleep, you know, it allows me to go into an active state of dreaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you
So
always
I can
remember
control
when
my
you wake
dream.
up?
I'm sorry.
Can you always remember when you wake up what you
What
dreamed about?
happens is if I'm dreaming of something that may be too much for me, I just remember that I'm in a dream and just to wake up.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to not being active in my dream, or not being aware of that I'm dreaming, and I just think that it's so real, and I scare myself.
Yeah.
So it's good to learn how to be active in your dreams versus you not being aware that you're dreaming, or that it is a
Yeah.
dream, and
Yeah.
because that's a scary feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
That's true.
So do you have any more questions about this reading?
No. Okay, I do have a question.
Okay.
What about first, like, am I gonna be like at the job I'm at like long term, or am I gonna just venture out?
Essentially, what you desire in your heart is pretty much what you are gonna follow. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you think of the most, like if you want to leave that job because it's just too stressful, or the supervisor is not treating you right, you don't feel like you're getting paid enough money for what you do, then eventually what's in your heart and what's in your mind should align up. And then you're gonna get, if it's too much for you at that job, you're gonna get bold enough to say, hey, let me put in applications, let me go seek other jobs and other positions. And so you will tend to leave. So do I see that in the near future? I do, because I don't see, you're not a stagnant person, you're a person that's ambitious. You don't stay down long. You're very
That's true.
you got perseverance, you have integrity, you don't let people treat you any type of way. And yeah. And so I feel like, you will move on, and it will be a better job for you, or a better position.
Okay. Cause I gross about, I guess you would say, a little over 5 a month.
Okay.
I just want to make sure when I move, I want to make sure that it's going to either be 5,000 a month or better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just the only thing.
One thing I would suggest: connect with your relatives, connect with your ancestors.
Yeah.
They've done it for me in many ways.
Yeah.
Provided a way. They've unblocked roads that were blocked, and I didn't know that they were blocked. They've opened up doors when doors were closed to me. So whatever it is that you truly desire, one thing that I think that we need to do, as far as people in general, is not forget about your loved ones that transition over. They are still there, and they will assist you from that side to help you knock down walls, open up roadways, to allow you to have the success and the happiness that you're looking for. So when I started to connect with spirit and my ancestors, and communicated and got a real good relationship with my spirit guides, it's like there's nothing that I can't accomplish. Whether it's money, whether it's jobs, whether it's whatever, it's like I can manifest it through them, and they always come through. True. Yeah. So
that's true.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what they're there for. I put them to work.
That's right.
Like, okay, I'm getting up at 3:30 in the morning to meditate. Okay, I need somebody to go to work with me. I need somebody to stay here, watch the house. I give them assignments.
I know that's right. Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So any other
That's
questions?
pretty much all I had.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. This session will be recorded and it's already recorded. So